Yo people, welcome back to the channel. Alexander Povetkin's rematch with Dillian Whyte has finally been announced. After weeks of speculation, it's confirmed that Whyte will get his chance to avenge his loss against Povetkin on March 6th on Sky Sports box office. The location is yet to be confirmed, although it will likely be staged at the SSE Arena in Wembley, just as Usyk Chisora and Joshua Pulev were. Based on the date of the fight, it seems very unlikely that fans will be in attendance. Povetkin will be coming into the bout as the interim WBC heavyweight title holder and will have to make improvements, in my opinion, in this fight if he wants to retain his belt, as he was thoroughly dominated during the early rounds of the fight up until he landed that uppercut. Although he was KO'd in the first fight, I believe Dillian Whyte can and will avenge his loss to Alexander Povetkin, simply because he showed in the first fight that he had the boxing IQ and the ring generalship to be able to control Povetkin using his long jab, which Povetkin was eating all night, let's be honest. Whyte scored multiple knockdowns, showing that he has the power to trouble Povetkin. Therefore, I wouldn't be surprised if he stopped Povetkin this time round. Povetkin rarely does get stopped. He's only ever been stopped against Anthony Joshua so far in his career. However, with his age and him coming towards the end of his career, he has taken a lot more punishment recently against the likes of Joshua, Hunter and Whyte. And as a result, I believe his punch resistance may be on the decline, therefore leading me to believe that Whyte will stop Povetkin in this fight. Whyte's punch resistance may also be questionable after being stopped by Povetkin and being knocked down by multiple different fighters in his career. However, you have to look at the guys he's fighting. Whyte rarely fights overmatched opponents, and as a result he is often in competitive fights. Therefore, it's obvious that he will take more punishment than a lot of other heavyweights who may avoid certain fights to preserve their career. Time will tell whether Dillian Whyte's chin has actually regressed. Leave a comment telling me who you believe wins the rematch between Whyte and Povetkin. If Whyte does win the rematch, as I suspect he will, he'll be right back in the mix among the other top heavyweights in the division, such as Joshua, Fury, Usyk and Wilder. It's unlikely that Whyte will be given an opportunity to fight for a world title, even if he does win this fight, because all the belts look to be tied up by Joshua and Fury. Unless the WBC belt is vacated by Fury, Whyte could be waiting the best part of a year or maybe even 2 years for a title shot. In the meantime, I'd like to see a fight between Dillian Whyte and Deontay Wilder, although Wilder has a history of avoiding. Quite a few other fight cards have been announced in recent days by Matchroom. Josh Warrington will be defending his IBF World title against Mauricio Lara on February 13th. He was set to face WBA World Champion Can Xu in the unification fight, however, talks fell through. Josh Warrington's actually been out of the ring for 15 months, so it'd be good to get back in the ring for him, get some of that ring rust off, and I think a lot of fighters need to look at Josh Warrington's example and understand that they can't just be waiting for a big fight during this global situation. You know, they've got to actively be fighting, whether it's for big money or not. You know, you've got to take risks in this kind of environment. Conor Benn will be taking another step-up fight against Samuel Vargas, who is a former opponent of Amir Khan and prospect Virgil Ortiz Jr. Vargas dropped Khan in their fight, so I suspect that he's not just going to come for a payday. Benn looked impressive in his win against Sebastian Formella in late November, so hopefully he can put on another great performance on April 10th. Lawrence Okolie is set to face Krzysztof Klowatsky for the vacant WBO World Cruiserweight title on March 20th. Okolie should win this one against an experienced but aging Klowatsky, who is coming off of a controversial loss to Meres Bridges back in 2019. And finally, after multiple postponements, Josh Kelly is set to face David Avanesian for his European welterweight title on February 20th. Now, this is a fight that I've been looking forward to for some time. It will probably show us what kind of level Josh Kelly is at. Obviously, Josh Kelly's had some controversial fights so far in his career against the likes of, I believe the guy's name was Ray Robinson, which some people thought he lost. So this is a chance for Kelly to redeem himself and maybe even set up a blockbuster British bout between himself and Conor Benn at some point this year. So yeah guys, let me know your thoughts on some of these fights in the comments below. Which ones are you looking forward to the most? For me, I'd have to say probably Dillian Whyte versus Alexander Povetkin 2 is the one I'm looking forward to most, and Conor Benn's fight should be a good one. Conor Benn's such an entertaining fighter, he's brilliant to watch. So yeah, anyway guys, like the video if you did enjoy, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and remember to turn on post notifications to stay notified whenever I upload a new video.